is a 2002 Ford Crown Victoria. It's throwing the EGR code. I'll definitely put the code in the description. This is the EGR here. Pretty simple to clean out. We're going to have to use remove this vacuum hose. There's 2 screws here on the side that you can see. And I'll put the sizes and stuff in the description. Then you have to undo this thing here. The issue with that is it's hard to get to, so you need to remove this plate on the top. What you're going to want to do is unscrew 1 screw there. There's 1 more screw over here on the back side that you're going to need to get to. I'm going to go ahead and just take that off. And I'll get you those sizes. Just got the EGR valve off. This is kind of what it looks like. I don't think you guys are going to be able to see with my camera what it looks like in there. It's basically just black, and there's a little hole that causes it to open and close that's up in there. This whole thing is made of metal on the inside as well, so I mean, I'm going to use a small screwdriver, anything small, to kind of scrape out as much of that carbon in there as you can. And then what you need to do after you get that clean, spray it out with some carb cleaner. Real quick, a couple things to note. This piece here is the main line that brings up the gases. Break that loose before you take off these 2 screws. I had to put one of the screws back on to break it loose, but it comes loose. Pull that puppy out, bring these 2 screws off, and you've got the valve off the top. What the sizes are is I'm using a 10mm socket, and that was to remove this back metal plate, and also to remove these 2 side screws was a 10mm. And I just used a crescent wrench to break that loose. Once you break it loose, it comes out real easy. And then I disconnected my battery. Definitely important thing to do when you're doing work on the engine. What I'm going to go ahead and do is scrape this out a little bit, spray it out, and take a little video of that EGR. A lot of people recommend getting like a small screwdriver or some sort of tool to get in there and clean it out. Like I said, it's all metal on the inside, so nothing necessarily to worry about as far as scratching anything up. So honestly, mine's not too dirty. Seen some videos of other people's. Either way, it threw a code, but not too dirty. So you can see I'm already getting all that black stuff out of there, all that black dust. I'm gonna keep cleaning up for a little bit. Get back on the video once this video is kind of hard to do with one hand. Try and do the best I can. See all that black water coming out of there? That's a good sign. It's recommended that you scrape it first while it's dry. What that'll do is it won't turn the stuff into a mud, and it'll just come right out. So I'll spray it off a little more. I'm going to go ahead and slap it back on, and scraped it out a little bit more, cleaned it out a little bit more, sprayed it out. I'm using gum out carb cleaner. It's something that evaporates quickly. I got this thing all put back together. Make sure you don't forget your vacuum hose, 2 screws on the side. Slip this guy, slip it back in. Just tighten it on. To get this back on, one of the things I forgot to mention, there's 2 hoses that kind of clamp into it. You'll see them right there. You just slide them forward, they pop right out. It's plastic stuff. Just get your 2 screws back on, get this back on. Should be good to go. Ideally, you want to have some sort of vacuum. I don't have it. I don't think it's going to be a big issue. When you have this off, hook a vacuum onto it to suppress the EGR valve, so that way you can have a constant flow through the whole thing. I didn't do that. I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. We'll see. I'm going to test it this week, see if I can pass emissions. If so, we're good to go. We'll get this puppy sold. If anyone has any questions, feel free to comment below, send us a message. More videos to come. As you've noticed, do a lot with the Crown Vics, the Dodge Chargers. And then my truck as well. I've been doing a little bit to that. I've got a couple of videos as well about the Duramax. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share. Thanks.